I'm absolutely, looking forward for the conference. I'm seeing this as a great opportunity to learn a lot and also share my experience with many folks I'm going to meet over there. You have to be customer centric. You have to create a differentiated experience for your customer, for your consumer. And supply chain today plays a very critical role because now it's not like the earlier days where a sales team will deal with the customers. Now today supply chain gets rather more opportunity to deal with customer and to create that right experiences for the customer and consumer. I would say that there are a couple of things like we should look at. One is what customer or consumer wants today, and for that you must have established that connect with the consumers. You have to go into the market. You need to understand the customer expectations firsthand yourself. You should interact with the consumer or the customer to know like what you can do differently for them. The second thing is about creating the processes or capabilities within your own team, right? So you get to actually know that like what is something which is going to add value, what is something which is must but may not add that kind of value to the business, and what is something that you need to start eliminating, right? In the to make the process more agile and the faster. I think one thing I very strongly feel is about doing certain roles, which is like maybe into manufacturing or into operations yourself, right? Because when you do that role, sitting in the office, whatever thought process you have, you might be strategically thinking pretty well, but you may not be able to understand the nuances that you see on the shop floor, how actually the operators, how actually people working on the ground behaves, and what do they understand, right? And I've seen this happening, right? And whether it's about manufacturing or I've seen in the warehouse operations, you design the system and the processes sitting over here, with maybe strategic mindset, with learning from other people, learning from the books. But when you go to the ground, if people are not able to understand or follow your process, I think it doesn't really work. So my experience has been like when I worked on in manufacturing lines or on the shop floor in the warehouse, I saw certain things which may be very common sense when you actually on the ground, but you may not be able to think it so directly when you're not sitting at that place. Look, I think again this is something which is fundamental, and it should be fundamental for all of us. We all are responsible to ensure that we create sustainable solution. We focus on sustainability, and today I think consumer also is quite mindful about sustainable choices, making sustainable choices. So sustainability is going to remain, and that is going to be critical factor for us to design any supply chain solution or the processes we do. Whether it's about packaging it, how do we kind of ensure that we do not use the material which are harmful, or even the material which may not be that harmful, but can we reduce the utilization of those materials? Can we reduce that? Can we reduce the consumption, for example, of water in our processes? Where we are forced to kind of look at these solutions, I believe that you will end up kind of saving cost as well. So sustainability is going to remain very, very critical for all of us.